2022 was a year like no other. As political shakeups took the global stage, we were reminded of the power of the ballot box.
It's an honor to stand before you today as the incoming House Democratic leader.
Even as authoritarians tightened their grip, we continued to fight for justice and argue over what that means. When faced with war, we watched in horror as violence and hatred loomed.
Doing this for a long time. I've been standing up against all the hate that I can for as long as I can, and I'm tired.
This was their chance to go in and do what they were supposed to do, what they get paid to do by the people here in this community with our tax dollars. They made more than just a few mistakes.
As a nation, we have to ask, when in God's name are we going to stand up to the gun lobby?
Calls for gun legislation became louder. We learned that there's power in protest. And that together, our voices are stronger.
1 year ago, Omicron had just been identified. At that time, COVID-19 was killing 50,000 people each week. Last week, less than 10,000 people lost their lives.
While we made great strides in our response to global health emergencies, there were drastic changes for many across the nation.
Your body, your choice, our bodies, our choice.
I have 3 messages regarding the persistent assault on women's rights. Not here, not now, not ever.
We continued to grapple with a fragile economy and a shakeup in the future of currency.
This morning, we unsealed an 8-count indictment charging Samuel Bankman-Fried, FTX's founder, with a series of interrelated fraud schemes that contributed to FTX's collapse.
2022 was a year in which we wrestled with both free speech and hate speech, and were reminded of the dire urgency of the climate crisis.
We are still clearly moving in the wrong direction. The global emissions gap is growing. The 1.5 degree goal is gasping for breath.
This year, as voices and images demanded our attention for better and worse.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven, by clear and convincing evidence, that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
We cheered as records were shattered and legacies were cemented. Despite pushback, despite resistance, 2022 was a year in which we persisted.
It has taken 232 years for a Black woman to be selected to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States.
Following years of uncertainty in a global pandemic that has proven to be one of the most challenging events in human history, we forged on, prepared to tackle what lay ahead. And as we continued to extract the possible from the impossible, this year taught us, above all, that our voices, no matter how big or small, can change the world.